working with the technology, doing the best that we can, right? But yo, so brother Rashid, you was doing some other stuff. He done changed his name again. Look at that, OG Kenny now. So,
I'm trying to make the whole thing make it big on my phone. Let's try it like
leave it
this.
alone for you. Leave it,
Leave it alone for you break it.
right now, you back to horizontal. We
Quit
don't.
messing with
We
my
don't have,
wires.
yeah,
There we
we're
go.
horizontal. All right, cool. So go ahead. It's your show. What's going on?
Oh man, I get a word from the streets, man, and tell the people what's going on, in a way that in a humorous way, man. If we can't laugh at ourselves, if we can't laugh with ourselves, man, then all hope is lost. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, it's like everybody got a role to play, and my lane has always been the storyteller, or as they like to say in African tradition, the griot. Um, and I took that storytelling to the stage when I started doing stand up. So um, I'm OG Kenny, man. A lot of people know me as comedian Kenny Jackson, Rashid, depending on who you know me and how you know me. So I'd like to thank everybody for listening. I'd like to thank the listeners. I'd like to thank you for having me on your show, man. We've been friends for a long time. And here we are across the digital divide in the midst of the jive, man. And it's like, this is a great opportunity, I think, for us to communicate with not only other races, but ourselves. The lines of communication are so great, and the resources to communicate are so great, greater than they've ever been in our lifetime. And so I believe that, with this first show right here, I think we can create a digital newsletter, um, creative content, sprinkling some humor, and just keep the people abreast of what's going on out here. Where you broadcasting from, brother?
I'm broadcasting from the Black Cave.
From the
You
Black
know,
Cave. What
from the
city? What
Black
city
Cave.
are you? What city are you in?
I'm in Columbus, Ohio. You know where I'm
Columbus,
at.
Ohio. Okay, well the people don't. The people don't. The
Uh,
people don't know where you at.
most of the people do. Most of the people, most of my listeners already know where I'm at. They already know. I mean, because we already got a digital magazine going out once a month. We got like I said, I got a lot of the shows, but I'm working on pushing people over the edge to start doing shows because the people need to hear what's going on.
Is that a flip
Got
phone?
people,
Was
yeah,
that a ring? Is that a pager? It's okay, okay, okay.
I ain't had a pager. I ain't had a pager in a long time.
That
I'm
was a
glad I'm,
page
I'm glad
plus
I'm talking to
ring.
somebody old enough that could joke about a pager with me. You be like pager, you be like, huh? But
Yeah,
hey,
well,
so you say you a storyteller. Give us an example of a story, man. What can the people expect? You know what I'm saying from a Kenny Jackson experience. You know what I'm saying. First off, hold
uh,
on. Did you come up with an idea, a show idea?
yeah, I had several so ideas. Did you hear me? Did you see when I hit you like that right there?
Yeah, go
You
ahead.
remember
What's
that?
going on with that? Yeah, I remember that.
Okay, you remember? Okay, so when we were much younger, we changed the
Much,
piece.
much,
Much younger.
much younger.
uh, a few follicles ago. So look, that's what I like to call it. A few follicles ago. So um, we changed the peace symbol, man. We was changing everything, man. We was changing how you said peace, and we was saying hotep. Remember that? And
Yeah.
so we took the peace symbol and we brought the fingers together because we realized that that created a divide. And we brought the fingers together, and then we turned them sideways as a symbol of equalness. And so I was breaking it down the other day for somebody, and I realized as long as, now just hear me when I say this, okay? As long as somebody controls the rights, then it can never be equal. And power is not relinquished that way. So I believe that amidst all this taking down statues, rewriting history, and all of that, I mean, I know it's going to sound militant, but any people who have profited from an unequalness will not surrender it easily.
Oh no. I mean, Frederick Douglass said that a long time ago. You know what I'm
What did he
saying?
say?
Frederick Douglass said something along the lines of, uh, I can't remember the quote, but basically, I mean, liberation can't be given. You know what I'm
I
saying?
know the quote you're talking about. Yeah,
Those that
yeah,
in power
yeah,
will not give up power without a struggle type shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
It's I mean that's the way it's supposed to be. I mean
Hmm.
because like I said, if your children have been eating off of this for so many years, what make you think they're gonna easily just give that shit away? You know what I'm saying?
Nobody's relinquishing anything, and the fallacy of equalness when there's been an obvious unequalness, this is going to happen. You see that? That is never going to happen. Somebody's always going to be above somebody. Somebody always has to be in control. This idea that, well, no, we all can, everybody can just coexist, and somebody gonna have to be in control. And this is when get to looking around at my people and what we got going. And are we ready for that control?
Yeah.
Are we?
Hell yeah.
Can we feed ourselves? Can we clothe ourselves?
Hell yeah.
Can we?
Yeah. I mean the Chinese people ain't gonna stop making clothes just cause we take over.
We have to be producers if we're gonna take control.
Oh, dog, listen to me. Listen to me. We're living in a global economy. We have to go and get whatever we gonna take over and run that shit. It's a global economy. I don't have to worry about making clothes no more. It's other people that's gonna make clothes. There's other people that's fine that's making money from making clothes.
Okay,
We
so you
you
think
still
okay?
talking you talking 1970 shit.
No,
You know
well,
what I'm saying?
no. Listen now, let me cut you off.
Go ahead.
If you saying that we ready for the control, right?
Yeah.
And part of control is, are you saying we gonna control the banks, or it's going to just magically start dealing with us all of a sudden? What's our financial backing for this
Well,
control?
now the financial backing is very simple, brother. There is a debt that is owed to our people. There's a debt that
You
we are
talking about
going.
reparations?
I'm talking about reparations. You're goddamn right.
Okay, well, you know
Reparations.
what? It's been
Go
a
ahead.
little bit of reparations trickling into the people's pockets lately, and I'm gonna tell you what they're doing with
Wait,
it.
time out. Time out.
You
Time
didn't know
out.
about the
That's not.
reparations?
That ain't reparations.
Okay,
That's 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 COVID money.
that's hush money.
That should have
That's
been all reparations. And then on top of that, Rashid, you can't watch other people's pockets. I don't give a damn if you get 300,000 and I get 300,000. What you do with your 300,000 is your business. What I'm gonna do with mine is I'm gonna build, right? And there's enough of us because it don't take a large amount of us to put money together and really do some building. So I'm gonna let those, I'm gonna let the fools kill themselves. That's what they do. You know what I'm saying? We be worried about what other people gonna do with their money. Nigga, that's their debt. They got their money. Let them blow that shit the way they want to.
okay.
There's a there's groups of us in every city that are ready to do some real direct action, some direct taking over.
Okay, and I'm gonna go back to the source of what I was talking about there. We got money. Ain't a bundle in the store. It ain't one pack of jet black yaki in the hair store. You understand what I'm saying? Every
Mm-hmm.
girl got a ponytail right now, right? But who do we buy that from?
Buy
Where
from
does
the
she buy that
Asians.
from? We buy it from who?
The Koreans.
Okay, yeah.
That's they
How,
state. That's their market.
we not ready for control. We're not ready for
Ooh.
control. Listen, we've been trained and tortured to not be ready for control.
Now, Rashid, all of us.
No, no, but here's the
So
thing. Here's
how
the thing.
many? Wait, hold on. How many? All right. So right now, let's say West Asians, also known as white folks. How many of them? How many of them are involved in the control process
Of what?
of the world of
Who, the
America?
Asians?
No, West Asians, the white folks.
Oh, West Asians. How much? How much control do they
What
have?
percentage? What percentage of them are in control?
Oh, a small percentage.
Huh. So you look at black people as a whole, and you look at black people as a whole and be like, oh, we're not ready. But you're not counting the fact that there's always a small percentage that are in leadership. Everybody can't be in leadership. You're not looking at the 1%. You're not looking at 10%. You're looking at the whole group. Now, if we was
Okay.
to look at the whole group of white people and be like, they're not ready for control. You know what I'm saying? I mean, shit. I mean, if you look at white people as a whole, no, they shouldn't be controlling shit.
Well,
But it's not the whole group.
when you study the history of the whole process, you realize that the Rothschilds put together, uh, and then the magnates, the Chases, the the
And that wasn't everybody. The Chase families don't include everybody. It's a certain amount of people. It's a
no,
certain
but
amount of
these people pooled their resources
right.
years before we even knew what was going down, and it's unfolding right now. And what I do okay, so you said something that made me think. You said you said black leadership, the 1% of black people who do know what's going on in our building. Who is that? Who is the black leadership right now? It can't be Black Lives Matter.
No, Black Lives Matter is for me like an overall call. Black Lives Matter is a call. You know what I'm saying? Black Lives Matter is a call, and somehow
It's a
it's a
hashtag.
hashtag, and somehow it has formulated in a sense to where now there's a certain movement. But if you look at a lot of what's going on with Black Lives Matter, like if you look at some of the numbers, they say like one in every six person is black. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, is it really a black organization? Now,
Not not
if you want to look for black leadership, you go into the black community and look for those individuals who have been doing the work for generations. We're there. I've been doing my work. You go to Cleveland, there's somebody that's in Cleveland that's been doing the work. You go to Cincinnati, somebody been doing the work. That's who gonna rise. You know what I'm saying? That's who's gonna take advantage of the fact of any type of influx of money. If there's any influx of money in our community, those are the leaders. Not motherfuckers that's just getting up here randomly right now because they upset because they just woke up. You know what I'm saying? Grumpy like babies waking up and shit. You know, what about motherfuckers who have been on this and talking this for a very long time? Those are the people that you need to depend on. You done been in a whole bunch of different cities. You done ran into me in different cities.
absolutely,
Motherfuckers just like me in different cities. These are
absolutely.
the individuals that's gonna rise up. Those are the leaders. But
Uh,
we look past them right now because they don't have the fiscal wherewithal right now.
I think we're caught in the
Please.
circle of what did you say to me? You said, why haven't you started your blog? And I
Right.
gave you 16 different excuses, right? And so I feel like right now we got 16 different excuses for not having our shit together, man. You know, that's my whole thing. This Black Lives Matter is white absolution is what it is. It's a hashtag that allows people to say, you know what, you're right, that's wrong, but they still profited from it.
Right. Right. See, because the interesting question that nobody ever asks any of the Black Lives Matters uh, um, representatives, or when they doing these things, they never ask them, "What do you think about reparations?" Because that's the major thing that's going to make everything right. Y'all got to give up some of that goddamn money. How about
Mhm.
that? You know what I'm
I've
saying?
been, I,
Y'all got to give up some of that advantage. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to give up the illusion of whiteness if we really want this shit to go away,
listen,
right?
I've taken it to the next level. I've taken it to the ground level. Anytime I catch a white person with a Black Lives Matter T-shirt or you know, toting I actually I actually go up and ask them for a couple dollars and to start the reparations process. I'm like, if you really that in deep and that invested in this whole thing right now, you got a couple dollars on you. and they inevitably, I don't know if it's the intimidating black man card that I pull or something like that, but I ain't paid for a sack in probably 2-3 weeks, man. This Black Lives Matter thing is working out for me pretty good. I just walk up and down High Street, not in a bummish way, not like in a homeless way, but I just, I catch them talking Black Lives Matter, and they got these signs, and I'm like, hey man, you know what? You right, and we need to start with reparations. And they be like, yes, and I'd be like, you got a couple dollars on you, and they usually give it to me, man. So I don't know if I'm taking advantage
You're
or
taking advantage, nigga. That's
I'm
what
taking
that is.
advantage.
Taking advantage.
So, you think
See,
reparations gonna all come at one time? You think it don't come in increments and payments?
no, it's going to have to come in increments and payments because the month that's owed is going to require. But reparations is a governmental thing, not an individual
Oh,
thing. We need for the government of the United States to um, um, relinquish resources.
they trying to
You know
get
what I'm
racism. They got trying to get racism reclassified as
saying? A mental illness,
no a health crisis.
right? But here in Ohio, it is. It's registered as a health crisis.
Racism is.
Yes, in Ohio, it already is.
Hmm. And you said a mental what?
A mental illness. I mean,
Racism is a
motherfuckers.
mental illness.
That's what they. Yeah,
You
that's
got to
what I
be
mean.
careful. See, there's once again we setting up for absolution. Once again we setting up. What is the dude who killed the person say? I was insane when I did that. I was insane when I killed that man. Do you know the man that shot Ronald Reagan is how?
I don't give a shit. But go ahead.
Oh, you should, because in our lifetime, a man who shot the president on national television is home. He didn't die in prison. He's home now. Think about
Is
that
he
for a second.
now? He was doing it to impress Jodie Foster. Is he kicking with
Oh
Jodie Foster?
man, that's just that's that old 1984 rhetoric, man. When they didn't have social media to the point where they do now, they could just tell us anything. So they told y'all that he had something to do with. Listen, man, that man never did a day in prison. He went to a
Might not have.
hospital. No, he never did a day in prison. His people were connected. He did time in a hospital and was deemed not insane anymore and released after Reagan and his wife died. So I say to you, be careful when you call racism a mental illness, because it sets up for a get out of jail free card.
I didn't call it a mental illness. I said that's what they're going to diagnose it as.
And I know we have
That's
a
what.
tendency of people to say, "Hey, yeah, that's right, it is." It ain't. It ain't. That's something. That's something that's passed down. That's something that you got. How can somebody be a racist right now? And first of all, let me go on this. White folks love us. You know, white folks love us. White folks love black people. They love our food. They love our seasoning. They love our black. White women love black men. White men love black women. White people
They
love us.
love
They love
no.
us.
They love blackness.
That's right.
They
If
don't
they didn't,
love black people.
I can
They
prove it to
love
you.
the concept of blackness. They
I can
don't
prove.
love you.
I can prove to you they love us.
Go
If
ahead.
they didn't love us, then they would have sold Brother Marcus better boats. They would have let us leave when we had. They would have gave him waterproof raft. They would.
Let
You
me
understand what I'm
tell you.
saying?
Let me tell you something that I learned from my father, and I was much too old to use it. Um, my dad wasn't involved with me, as you know my story, but
Hmm.
and so I didn't have him looking over me during football while I was playing football.
You're on
Um,
camera.
yeah,
Yeah, you're on camera. You're on camera,
no
brother. Just
mercy on
saying.
camera.
Your big self. Your big self is walking across the backdrop there. It's cool. It's fine.
But so I played football, and when I went to the school that I went to in 10th grade, I
Hmm.
was I was I was recruited. So let's just say they wasn't legally recruiting, but I was recruited. You
Okay.
know, to start playing football.
Okay.
So now you know for a fact that in my 11th grade year, I went to the military. When I told
Okay.
my coach I was going to the military split option program, he was very upset. You know, he like, I get you whatever college you want to go to. You just need to just focus on football. I said, nah, I'm going. I always wanted to be in the military, so I did my 11th grade and my 12th grade year. Now I missed 2 days all my high school year. Every year I never did 2 days, but I
Hmm.
still was on the team. And you know, and I didn't understand it, and I didn't understand why I never got cut until I ran into my dad like 25 years later. So I'm talking to my dad about the whole situation. He said, "Well, they didn't want you to go to another team,
Mm.
right?"
Hmm.
So he said because you was still, regardless of whether or not, you know, they felt that you was good enough to hold on to you, right? So they
Hmm.
wouldn't let me go. They wouldn't cut me so that I could go to another school and go to another team, right? So
Hmm.
now going back to your Marcus Garvey joke, nigga, I
Hmm.
don't want you anymore, but I don't want you on nobody else's team. You know what I'm saying?
Woo.
You understand what I'm
Woo.
saying?
Yeah, I
Why?
do.
Why would I ship y'all somewhere else when you know? I mean, you know, I love y'all greens. You know what I'm saying? I love y'all chicken. I love y'all music. I love all the stuff that y'all produce. I just don't love y'all. But I don't want to let you go. You know what I'm saying? We,
Don't leave.
we
Just
right.
go
We're
over
in an
there.
abusive
Just be quiet.
relationship.
Just be
Right. Just be
quiet.
quiet. Y'all just
Just
be
be
quiet and accept your position.
right.
No, fuck that. You know. So okay, Marcus, Marcus. You ain't even from here. You from the Caribbean. We
You
gonna
and you trying to get them stirred up and get them take them back
right.
somewhere with you.
Right, Jay, so we gonna sell you some bad boats so that we gonna get you a prison rat and
Not only
send your
that,
ass up out the country.
not only we gonna sell you some bad boats, but we gonna drag your name through the mud and have the people that was following you looking at you like they was crazy. And then we gonna make an example of you in history so nobody else tries this goofy shit. So
But
so
that didn't work either. You know what I'm
no.
saying? I mean, because we still building, we still working. We children of Marcus. You know what I'm saying? But you know the point is they they don't why let a star, even though they ain't been to practice, that possibly could go somewhere else and give you more competition than you ever experienced. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I wasn't the best, but you know, I could have gave motherfuckers a run for their motherfucking money. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? Just go somewhere else.
I get what you're saying. You know, Phil Jackson. I use sports analogies a lot. Phil Jackson gets credit for being one of the greatest coaches in NBA history. However, it just so happens that he didn't coach but the greatest players that ever played. So he coached Michael Jordan, right?
Right?
Kobe Bryant, and Shaquille O'Neal. So he got credit for being one of the greatest coaches when these were the resources that he had. What you're saying is that the oppressor gets credit for being a great oppressor, but the players, the people that's oppressed, is the greatness.
Right.
The people are the greatness.
I mean, just look at how many patents we have coming up out of our enslavement. Just look at all the additions that we have to the world coming from us. I mean, just think about it. I mean, hip hop. Think about it. When we started listening to hip hop,
Hip hop ain't ours no more. That ain't ours. They done took
but
that.
no, but regardless of it not being ours now, who created that shit?
So, listen, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm not gonna get caught up in all what we did. I'm focused on what we're doing and what we can do. The hip hop was a beautiful creation, and it came. I had holes in my jeans, and my mama couldn't understand why because I was downstairs practicing breakdancing on a piece of linoleum. I don't know where I got that from, but that's what I was doing. I decided I wanted to get on the floor on a piece of linoleum and gyrate and make my body contort and do things. Okay, that's a part of hip hop history. How are we profiting from that now? Because it seems like not just the ability to pass a message through hip hop, because we came through the PEX Clan generation, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Nas generation, when KRS-One told us to stop and pay attention, we listened for a split second anyway. Now, so I'm saying, now that medium has become contorted and controlled and used as a device, I'm not even proud of that. I'm not even proud of the fact that our greatest contribution, our generation's greatest contribution to modern society is hip hop. I'm not even proud of that no more. Because when I look at it, it's like man. Listen,
You know why?
I listen to WNCI in my car. Let's just put it like that.
Me too. I listen to NPR. But the issue is because in a sense we let it go. We let it go.
Did we ever have it? When the
Yeah,
opportunity presented itself for us to take
we
control
had
of
it.
this thing called hip hop, we took it
We
over to
had it.
them. We took it over to them. We Russell Simmons
Well,
did.
yeah, no, but check it out. Why did we take it over them?
Because we thought they could do better with it.
No, because they had the resources to actually make it grow.
Resources, see, and I keep getting back to that. How are we going to be in control of anything if we have no control of resources?
Now, the bottom line is you do have control. Well, let me put it this way. Right now, we presently don't have control of resources, but part of what we're building towards is getting our piece of what we deserve here in this country because this is
That's
our
mine.
motherfucking country. This is our motherfucking country, and we old. I'm getting mine. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting mine. I'm
You
getting it
sound
for
like this
all the
kid.
people.
I'm getting, man. So listen,
Yeah.
man. Listen, I'm about to wrap this show up, man. I want to thank you for having me, for breaking my digital cherry out here and talking to the people. I know it's going to become more comfortable. I know, and look for me, y'all. Look for me. I'm gonna be broadcasting my own things, doing my own shows, giving y'all updates on what's going on the front line, and keeping it funky and fly. You know what I mean? So, Hatem, I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much for having me on your show. To all of the listeners, to all of the people who tapped in, callers, everything like that, man. Keep it going, man. I don't wish to sound like the protagonist, but somebody has to give both
Yeah.
sides.
Dude, don't
Nobody,
give a
we don't have to.
listen,
We're not
don't
gonna be. This ain't gonna be no. This. I'm talking about the whole
agree.
on the whole because I know people
Right.
gonna be calling in like he sound like a sellout. Well, guess what?
About what? You don't even worry about that. But go ahead.
My perspectives are reality. I live a reality-based life, and I can see things because I live on the front line. I see how we're spending our money. I
But
see
hold
how we're.
on, stop it, nigga. If you say you live a reality based life, what you saying about me, motherfucker? Come on now, come make it plain. What you saying? If
I
you
can't.
live in a reality based life, see now you starting trouble. See, you should have just got off.
I'm not
You had your
insinuating that
chance
you're
to
not
correct
living
it.
in reality. I'm not insinuating that you're not living in reality just because I'm living a reality based life. I'm not insinuating that you're not living in reality. What I am saying is that we can get caught up in the narrative instead of the physicality, the tangibility of the whole thing. Like, yo, man, what is the reality of it? What is the reality of it? I know what we would like it to be. I'm the bridge between the premise and what is, man. I'm the bridge between the premise and what is. The premise and what is. I'm gonna tell that truth that lies in between. Do you understand what I'm saying?
If it lies in between, can it be true?
Exactly. Exactly. And so I examine it. I turn it over. Like this whole Black Lives Matter thing, it seems so orchestrated.
Oh,
It seems so
dog.
orchestrated. It seems so commercial. It
It's
seems like
so
I,
yes, yes.
I see these. I work all over the city. I go to places like Worthington and New Albany, and I see these Black Lives Matters uh, placards in these people's yards, and I'm like, you know what? This is just a form of absolution. This is people's way of saying, hey, you know what? I care too, and
I care.
I care too. It's got to be a bit deeper than that. And the
Exactly.
first part is us caring about ourselves. We can't be sitting there asking somebody to care for us. We need to care about our damn selves. But with that, I say, Hotep, peace,
Peace out.
peace.
All right, all right. He hung up. All right, family. I ain't never been hung up on before, but it's cool. Let's go. I'm gonna get out of here. I got a conference call to go to. Peace. Reload. All right.